Good morning. Today is Thursday and it is December the 14th. The time right now is 10:19 in the morning. Overnight, we can see major move across major asset classes. We have the equity markets going into new record high as far as the Dow Jones is concerned. What you are seeing in front of you is the Dow Jones Industrial Average weekly time frame. You can see the new high traded last night was 37,091.1. This is a fresh all-time high. And this is the first major equity index that actually registered a new high. And what I want to show you is that this market has risen more than 10,000 points in just 3 years. Okay, this is massive. And the rise of what it looks very impressive is actually a three-wave rally. So top side, in my opinion, is actually quite limited, unlike most pundits who are saying that we're going to see an explosive rally in equities in the States. Okay, because the fundamentals are looking to be pretty ugly, in my opinion. So it does not support the narrative of higher prices. But this is again a personal opinion. Now, in the daily time frames, in the lower time frame in the futures. Now, futures obviously has been registering new highs, record highs in the days leading to last night's stellar performance. Okay, the immediate target for the micro E-mini Dow Jones futures is at 38,228. This is not that far away from the last night high of 37,583. Now tonight we have the retail sales number. It's going to be again going to be a major impact news. Tomorrow we have the purchasers managers index, which is also going to be influential. But more importantly, tomorrow we have a triple witching day, which happens every 3 months, in which stock options, futures on equity index, and option on equity index futures all expires at the same time. So this will actually cause an increase in volatility. It could be bad thing, it could be good thing for all we know, but just expect an explosion in volatility in tomorrow's trading. So tonight, market may continue to go higher, but tomorrow is going to be key. Whether it can hold on to all its gain or it will reverse remains to be seen, because it all coincides in a triple witching day, which traditionally has been very volatile and have also signaled most of the major turning points as far as we are concerned. In the Nasdaq, not in the Nasdaq, in the S&P 500, the futures contract is only a hair breadth away from the all-time high. This is the highs at 4,808 and a quarter. Last night high of 4,776 and 3/4. So we are definitely just a hair breadth away from taking out the all-time high in the micro E-mini S&P 500. Although the cash index is still a distance away. We can see that this is the cash index. Let me show you the weekly time frame. We are still a bit of a distance away from that. The high traded in the cash index is 4,818.62. Last night high is 4,709.69. So we have a bit of a distance to cover, even though the futures contract looks like it's about to break out into a new high. The same thing is happening in the Nasdaq. The Nasdaq 100 has a blockbuster year this year. We have seen that the Nasdaq 100 has actually rose 51%, more than 51% as of last night closing. Last night we have a high of 16,581.04, and we are not that far away from the all-time high, something like about 1,170 points away from the all-time high, which is residing at 16,764.86. And this high is actually registered 2 weeks before the Dow Jones and the S&P 500 peaks at the beginning of 2022. So this high was actually registered in November of 2021. So we are definitely looking to gun for that level as well. However, in the futures contracts traded in the Chicago Mercantile Exchange, we can see the 4 hours have already registered a new all-time high. As far as we can see, the previous futures all-time high in the Nasdaq 100 was at 16,767.5. Last night high is 16,860 and 3/4. So definitely the futures contract is telling us that maybe we are looking at a fresh all-time high in the Nasdaq 100. Now, this is something very similar to the Dow Jones before the market break into a new high in the cash market yesterday night. In the days leading to last night's record-breaking day, the futures contract in the Dow Jones futures has already registered new high. So the Nasdaq 100 futures could be mimicking the same movements going into the balance of the week itself. So perhaps tonight we can see extended rally, at least regardless of what the retail sales number is. But I think tomorrow is going to be key, okay? And in Asia, we are looking at the Asia. Now, this is the Nikkei 225 traded in Osaka. While there was an initial burst to the upside with a high of 33,090, the market actually is currently coming down. Okay, so this is definitely a little bit unusual because last night's explosive rally on Wall Street should actually take all other equity index around the world even higher. But we are not seeing that in the Nikkei 225. So that's definitely something else is brewing. Then incidentally, today, we have the Bank of Japan going to deliberate whether they're going to change the monetary policy stand, which the bank officials has been hinting for a while now. Over the last few weeks, we can see the deputy as well as the governor himself of the Bank of Japan has been dropping very, very clear hint that they are likely to tweak their monetary policy from negative 0.1 perhaps to a more traditional and conventional trajectory. Okay, negative interest rate is definitely unconventional, so I think they are looking to change that. And will they change it after the Fed has signaled that they're going to cut interest rates going into 2024? Remains to be seen. Okay, so maybe the market is waiting for the Bank of Japan decision. We also look at the Hang Seng. Now, Hang Seng has a gap up this morning and is trading higher, but this move here is still very, very tame. Consider that the news that caused last night a big move on Wall Street is actually based on a shift in sentiment. We can see that the Hang Seng Index futures traded to a high of 16,614 in the futures contract traded in Hong Kong, but this is nowhere near classified as explosive. We should be able to see a massive run up in prices. I'm looking at somewhere between the October low, the October close of 17,025 or even the November close of 17,073. And if this is what the market entails, this could be the one good area to gun for. Okay. And in the dollar index, what is good for equity is definitely not good for the dollar. We can see the dollar collapses right after that shift in sentiment. We can see the dollar index is currently trading below the high traded in November. The low traded in November is 102.38. This morning we have a gap down in Asia to 102.28. This is a new low since the market peaked somewhere in October. So we can say that this is the new development. What is good for equity is definitely a negative for the dollar. So we can see dollar is currently having a massive decline, and that is benefiting all other principal currencies. We can see that the euro dollar surged in the early morning hours because the FOMC was actually, the statement was released at 3 a.m. this morning, and we can see that the market was very, very thin because only the US traders were actually watching the news. So we can see Asia did not is only reacting to what the New York traders are doing. Later, when the London market opens, we're going to have another big reaction. I think it's going to be basically an extension of the move here. So the euro dollar is currently trading above the November close. So this is a positive. If you can hang on to this all the way until the month end, that means we could be looking at a resumption of the rally in the euro dollars at the demise of at the expense of the dollar. Okay, so currently it's at 109.02. So we want to see if it can extend higher towards the 109.90 to 110 levels. Now, sterling also rose higher from a low of 125, even just before the number was just before the FOMC meeting. In fact, yesterday we have also the release of the producer price index, which actually came in lower than expected. Market was expecting a decrease from the October number of 2.4% to 2.2%. It came in at 2.0, which is even better. And that already caused the dollar to come off initially, but the big move did not come until early this morning. So we can see this is an extended move, and the current high has again gone higher from the last time I looked at it. And as we are speaking, the market is at 126.50. 126.51 right now. It looks like it's going to challenge the 127.33. I have always mentioned that this high here will be taken out eventually, but now that we have a fundamental to support this move, it looks increasingly likely that the 127.33 will be taken out. Now, the dollar yen has actually did a major reversal after trying to rally. The best it could do was a high at 146.59, just short of the area which I was targeting to reinstate my short position. obviously I didn't quite manage to do that. The level I was hoping to do so was 146.80 to 147.50. It did not come, so the market went down. And if the dollar index is any guide, we probably will see the dollar yen going below the 140, 160, with the first target at 140 70 levels to 141.10 levels. So do watch out for eventual move below the 140, 160. And in the Aussie have a major surge. Okay, this morning we saw the market went up to a 0.6716 as we are speaking. The high traded is 0.6718, and this is a bracket of prices which may actually cap the immediate rise in the Aussie dollars. Okay, so watch out for some kind of a resistance coming up from 0.6712 to 0.6740. Dollar Canadian obviously is coming down. Dollar Canadian is mimicking what we are seeing in the dollar index. We have a new low so far at 1.3475, and this is marginally lower than the low that we saw just on Monday. So again, this is something that we want to watch. The dollar is definitely unraveling right now, and it may extend lower. Right now, the market will be targeting the 134.17 to 134.5 levels. Now, in precious metals, we saw a major surge because the dollar comes off. That is theoretically beneficial for precious metals. So we saw a major uptick in precious metal prices. The gold prices went to a high of $2,039.35, and this is smack into a sensitive area. Now remember, this level here is actually where the market closes in November. So right now we are where the market is currently trading at $2,032.72. It is hovering just below it. The market needs to break above these levels and stay above this level to have any hope of challenging the next layer of resistance, which is going to be at $2,081.70 to $2,090. Anyway, where the market is right now, it is exactly there is a possibility of how would I say? Let's watch what happens at this level here at $2,028.55 to $2,042. So the market could actually be capped here for the time being. Okay, and in the silver market has also gone into a sensitive area. The area is $23.78 to $24.02. The high trader is $23.98. So there is a possibility this level may actually cap further rise in the in the silver market, which may cause a unraveling of prices going forward. Okay, and in the oil market, we can see oil actually managed to do a turnaround. As New York market opens, the low traded was $67.68 per barrel, and the market actually kicked higher. And of course, much of this is actually based on the EIA report that suggests that there is an unexpected reduction in the number of supply inventory. Okay, so that has actually caused theoretically a tightness in the market. Market went up to a high of $70.07, and it has reclaimed back the $70 marginally, and market is currently trading at what price? It's trading at $69.64. Okay, and in the Bitcoin itself, we can see that what benefit equity market also benefited Bitcoin, because for the first time, we can see there is an unusual movement in the market. We have risk on, risk off asset both rallying at the same time, meaning to say that equity markets went up, gold market went up, and then we also have Bitcoin that went up. Now, Bitcoin is considered to be a risky asset, very much in the same mode as equity markets. So what is good for equity markets theoretically should also be good for the digital asset classes. So we can see Bitcoin has rallied back to $43,429.19 this morning before coming back down a little bit to $24,735 as we are speaking. So will this rally here be sustainable for Bitcoin? Based on what we see, there is the possibility of another dip. Okay, technically this market here does looks corrective, and the possibility of another dip towards the 39,700 to as low as 39,300 remains a possibility, because at the end of the day, this is where it all begins before the market ran up to a year high at 44,715. So this is all I have for you. Remember, tonight we have retail sales. Tomorrow we have PMIs, followed by the triple witching day. So tomorrow is going to be July the 4th all over again. Expect heightened volatility going into tomorrow's trading. That's all I have for you for today. In the meantime, you take care, and I'll come back to you tomorrow with further updates. Bye-bye.